All right. So where should we take this conversation? So what's, I guess, so we've announced our partnership between the two companies. I think really it's going to be a lot of exploration. How do our technologies work against each other? What's a good, I think we'll be kind of on the lookout for a project that allows us to test where the two technologies play well together. And that'll be, down the track as well. But so that should be real fun. But what's next? So what are targets for MetaGravity? Like, what's the important near-term goals for you, and where should we be looking for MetaGravity to make the next strides?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we've got a lot on our plate at the moment. We are doing a lot of work on Edge of Chaos, the game. We did our last playtest in November, where we did a stress test with 13,000 connected clients. We had players participating from 7 continents. We had 1 player from Antarctica, so we can make
Nice.
that claim. And it was the first time. I mean, it wasn't the first time because we did a few more before that, but this is the first game that's truly run a distributed simulation. So in the sense that the game is not running on any one server anywhere. It's a computation that's happening across data centers, cloud, edge, and client machines across the globe. We haven't kind of done any public PR on that, but the next one with updated graphics, animations, when we do the playtest, we'll also do a big announcement and world record for this, world record for that, world record for this other thing, these sort of claims, because it says 20 years of work to get to a point where we can actually truly distribute a computation across the globe and still synchronize it in real time and have a consistent experience for everyone. I don't think people participating in the playtest quite realized what a world first and a historic moment that was. But we want to polish it before we sort of push it out to the public, the public, the news and the media and so on. So that's a big one, and the team's working hard on the next iteration of that. And public access of our engine, our Quark engine, the SDKs next quarter. So we're going to start with a closed beta program for some indie developers, individual developers, and some friendly studios that we know, and some of the team worked at some of the AAA studios. So we're going to open up access so that they can play around with the SDK before we truly launch it to the world. And the third bit is really the reason that Quark is even possible and what we're building. Like, we're trying to build this 3D internet and try to build a backend for it, but it needs to be decentralized. And underlying all of that is the Spinor network. And so really bringing the Spinor network to testnet relatively soon and then mainnet shortly after is a big push for us. And I think people will be very excited because it's the kind of thing on which you can build massive scale simulation, but you can also do blockchain transactions, and you could build a real-time database. And we have some really cool SDK samples implemented already. So we're really looking forward. Those 3 things are occupying obviously all of our attention. So getting those, really coming out to the public with something, whereas up to now we've been working more with companies as opposed to pushing it out to the broader the masses. So that's super exciting. So we're really looking forward to that.
All right, all that sounds really good. The Edge of Chaos, is it a executable that people are installing and then playing, or how does that? Is that how?
At the moment it is. Yeah, you would download and run the game locally. So maybe there's some sort of we could participate jointly on that. Maybe they don't need to download the game, so they could jump right in, and that might be easier to recruit for. The mobile version, right?
That's of course where I was going, right? Like maybe that's a place that we start the integration and seeing if we can get people who are just on smaller machines and phones to be able to play as well.
Yeah, and the numbers we even hit last year would be a Guinness World Record if we were to pay Guinness the 50K and claim it. So we could, you obviously you have to do that stuff. They're a business at the end of the day, but we could, we could go and set a world record, literally be the record holders.
Yeah, we should totally do that. So do you have a top end number of what you feel like it can be done with the network?
With our tech, we can do, if you wanted to, we can do 10,000, we can do 100,000, we could do 1 million at this stage. It's just about up to the game design the map may not support 1 million. So between 10 and 100,000, we can make a map. If we believe we can get 1 million, we can just build a very big map. Say, all of them in. So 10 to 100,000 would be the target, but even 10K plus would technically be a record. But 15, 20K would be because the last record I set was like 10,000 with Hadean, my previous company, and with the Eve guys, it was with Eve Online. We built a spin-off. There were a lot of mitigating things that made that possible. Like there were spaceships, not 3D characters who move and twist and animate. And they fired torpedoes. There were no high-speed physics-based impacts. So there were some mitigating factors, and that was the limit of that technological approach. What we've got now, we could go as high as you like. The challenge is often recruiting players to sit in seats for a play test for an hour than the network can handle anything, we'd like to throw at it. So if you've got a way to recruit lots of people, we should talk about that as well.
Yeah, we should. Very good.